Vice President Joe Biden expected to announce his recommendations for changing the nation's gun laws tomorrow.
And Governor Malloy has told the vice president what changes he wants to see on that list.
Chief political correspondent Mark Davis joins us live tonight with word that the governor expects those changes to be on the books here in Connecticut within weeks. Mark.
Hi, Keith and Sonia. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford Newsroom. This is the governor's letter to Vice President Biden. We all know that the U.S. Congress does not move very fast, but Governor Malloy thinks the state legislature here in Hartford can, especially in the aftermath of the tragedy at Sandy Hook. In the personal letter to the Vice President, Governor Malloy is urging strict new laws at the federal level for gun ownership. He's calling for reinstating and strengthening the expired assault weapons ban, plus a ban on all high-capacity ammunition magazines, federal background checks for all firearm purchases, and a federal firearm license, closing the so-called gun show and private gun sale loophole.
I think we should close all the loopholes. I mean, the reality is that if I get on a plane, my name's going to be checked. But if I buy a gun, it's not. That doesn't make any sense to anybody anymore.
Many Democrats and Republicans in the state legislature already say they agree with many of the items on this list. And the leader in the state Senate and the new Speaker of the House will announce a special committee of key legislative leaders tomorrow with the goal of getting many of these things on the books in Connecticut within a matter of weeks.
We would love to be able to take action, not in June, but ideally by the end of February.
I suspect that we'll move on some of this stuff before the federal government does, and I can tell in the legislature that there's a desire to get some of this stuff on our books.
Since the Republican leader in the state Senate has already signed on to a Democratic senator's proposed ban on high-capacity ammunition magazines, bipartisan support is almost assured, and planning for the state to buy back all those gun magazines in Connecticut appears to be already in the works.
Buying back is certainly an option, and it might get a good response. So it's certainly something to think about.
The Republican leader, Larry Cafaro, there in the House of Representatives, who is also going to be on that committee, so it's going to be a bipartisan group. He was scheduled to meet this afternoon with representatives from the NRA to get their input. They're here on the ground at the state capitol and plan to be very, very evident. Live from the Hartford Newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.